What do you say, everybody? We're back with another guide, and today we're going to be taking on D4 Airfield to get the plane, the duster, out of the hangar. Now, as you can see, we already have two mechs on this side of the hangar. The one farthest away, he's really not a factor, but this one that's closer is. And then we have another one on the opposite side of the hangar. This one is our main problem. If we aggro him, he is going to be an issue. So he's the one that we're really going to have to worry about. If we aggro the one that is over here, it's not that big of a deal if we aggro him, but it is. So try not to. Now, the path we're going to be coming in on is going to be on top of this hill directly behind the hangar. And to get to that point on the hill, all you got to do is follow the path along the wall until you hit the airstrip, and then you can go either up to the hill or go to the hill straight away if you know where you're at. Okay, so if you've never flown a plane before, I would suggest going into sandbox mode, opening up your chat, do pound or hashtag spawn, go down to spawn vehicle, and then spacebar, spawn kinglet duster, enter. And then go into your options, controls, vehicles, scroll down till you see pitch up. And from pitch up to set gear is your controls for flying the plane. There's a couple in here that you don't have to worry about, like sail steer. This is for a raft. You don't have to worry about that. But your controls are right here for that. Now, the two things I want to make important about flying this plane is moving it around on the ground and landing it. And those are the two most important things. So just like the seaplane, you have three gears. You have basically a first, a second, and a third. And as you can see, I'm not moving anywhere because you have a handbrake. Push the space bar for the handbrake. And then we'll let it down. And then your Q and your E steer this plane on the ground. And in first and second gear, it is doable to steer this thing, but once you get too fast in second gear, you got to slow it down. So first and second gear is the sweet spot for steering this thing on the ground, but you got to slow her down if you get too fast. So, and then landing is the next important part. We'll get some speed. Come over here. And if you slow this thing down, you can land this thing in some pretty tight spots. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to spin around. I'm not going to land anywhere really small right now. Spin around. Slow the speed down. And then get lined up for a landing. Go nice and slow. And then as you come in, pull up just to get even slower. Angle towards the ground, pull up, pull up, pull up, and then drop her down. And then we'll flip around before we get too close to the mech. But you can land this thing in some pretty tight spots, so you know, practice that, moving it on the ground and landing. Those are the two most important things and the hardest things to do in this thing. So, with that being said, let's go steal the plane. Alright, so like I said, we're going to take this path along the wall on the northern side of D4 Airfield to get to the hill that is located directly behind the hangar. You see a puppet just spawned in right there. Puppets, NPCs, beepers, those are our main problems other than the mechs. And as you can see, there's a pretty hefty amount of them, honestly. Now, the loadout that I have is pretty extra for what I need this for. I really don't need all this stuff. I really just need fuel and something to protect myself. from NPCs and puppets. But I'll be honest with you, as a solo in a PvP server, trying not to alert the mechs, you're gonna have a hard time doing this one. There's no real easy mode for it. Now, if you don't care about alerting the mechs, if you are playing in sandbox mode or whatever it is, then I would just take and have a buddy drag this mech away from the hangar, or you can actually lure him down to the end of the airfield and then run back and get the plane going before he gets back. But that's really the only easy way to do it. So, but we're not going to do it the easy way. We're going to do it the hard way. So we do not want to alert the mech on the left. The mech on the right is not that bad if we alert him, but we don't want to alert him either. So, which he's coming right now. So we need to, we're going to wait a second. We're going to let him come down here and then turn around. And then I do hear a beeper, Mr. Giggles, in the hangar already. So let's see if we can find him too. Because we don't want Mr. Giggles on our path. Or by our airplane. Which sounds like he's on our path. Yeah, he's right in the path that we need to take. Okay, so I'm gonna jump out here. The mech to the right's walking away. The other mech is kind of went to the corner of the building. And what I'm gonna do now is run over here to this side of the plane, fill it up. Now he should not see us, and he is on the path that we need him on right now. So we need to go. We want him walking away from this hangar. Idle up to second gear straight away. Parking brake off. Drop her down, idle a little bit. Get her going, get her going. And then as soon as we get out here, full throttle. Pull up. He hit us a little bit, but we're alright. We're alright. And that's how you get it out. Like I said, there's really no easy mode to getting this plane solo. You have to be on point. You have to know where your mechs are. You have to be in the right position at the right time, letting this mech go up the airstrip. Everything has to be perfect on that one. So just analyze what I did there and the path the mechs were on when you go and do this, and you'll be fine. But like I said, if you had a friend, you could easily have your friend distract the mech and go in there and get this plane out without an issue at all. I mean, the success rate is pretty high if you do it that way. So, but guys, that's how you get the plane out of D4 Airfield solo without doing anything crazy to the mechs. So once again, I'm super grateful for everybody watching these videos. Very, very, very grateful for you guys. I hope you guys are learning a bunch. If you got any comments, make sure you leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with another one soon. I appreciate you guys. I'm out.